Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Kristen Clark, and our session today is called Learn to Make Your Own Uniquely You Photo Quotes Using PowerPoint. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited about today's session because this kind of stuff to me is just so much fun, and I really like to have fun. And there's such a creative angle to this that just really resonates with me. I'm a creative at heart, and so I really enjoy the process of creating photo quotes, and I hope to make it as simple as possible so that you will enjoy it also. But before we get started, I just want to make sure everyone can hear me okay, because that's so important. So if you're new to webinars, on your webinar menu, you should look for a chat box or a question box, and just go ahead and type me a little note in your chat box or your question box and let me know that you can hear me okay. For those of you who have been with me before, welcome back. Glad to have you again today, and just let me know again if you can hear me okay. Oh, great. Okay, I'm seeing the responses come in. Yes, sounds good. Can hear you just fine. Sounds great. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for that. So we'll go ahead and get started. And again, I'm so excited about today's session. It's really going to be fun. I've put this together in a way to be fun for all of us and in a way to be simple. So I'm all about simple, using simple tools and technology, and I hope you'll find that I deliver on that for you. So let me just tell you a little bit about me. Really, I have over 25 years of experience in sales, marketing, business planning, and strategy. I would just add probably communication to that as well. I'm a well-known speaker and author, and communication is one of my things. It's just something I love and something I naturally do well. But I'm also a shutterbug. For those of you who know me, you know that I love taking pictures, and I love the whole process of getting out of my element, getting away from my computer, getting out of my home, and going to take pictures. I'm a big fan of capturing moments and stories in photographs, and I'm also a really big fan of capturing nature. So I love taking pictures of butterflies and birds and sunsets, scenery, things like that. But I consider myself somewhat of an amateur. I mean, I've never really taken any significant or serious photography courses. I do have a really nice camera, though, a really nice digital SLR camera, and I have learned how to use it really well, so that helps. But I do love taking pictures. And because I love taking pictures, I also love creating photo quotes. And I think just this year alone, I've created over 100. And so I know, over 100, right? It's so easy to do, though. Just wait until you see how easy this is to do, and then you'll be on your way to creating your own uniquely you 100 photo quotes, I promise. So today's sponsor is also Photo Quote Genie. And so yes, we have a sponsor today. And at the end of our session, our sponsor is going to share with you a special offer. And I just want to invite you to stay tuned for that special offer. And also I want to invite you to, here we go. Also I want to invite you to stay to the very end of the webinar because we're going to have a prize. And this is my reminder that we're going to have a prize at the very end of the webinar, and you're not going to want to miss that. And that's only for people who have actually tuned in, right? So people who registered will get to watch this replay, and then they'll be jealous that they didn't attend live because they will have missed out on the prize. So kudos to you for joining me live today. I want to just really honor you and thank you for your time and energy, and thank you for your commitment to this. So more to come on the prize and our sponsor, so stay tuned. All right, are we ready to get started? Excellent. So photo quotes build credibility and can elicit a response. And photo quotes are those images that we see a lot in social media. We see a lot of them on Facebook. You might see them on Pinterest or Instagram. They're really pictures with a quote on them. And the quote can be a quote from a famous person, or a quote from a business, or a quote in terms of an announcement, just a statement. And so photo quotes are really helpful in terms of building credibility and eliciting a response. And here's an example of a couple of photo quotes, just so we know what we're talking about. And I want to give you a chance to take a look at some more examples. So this is a photo quote that I created. It's not that I can make a difference in the world, it's that I do. And this is actually a picture that I took using my camera and a zoom lens. These are actually little weeds in a field out behind my house, but up close they're really pretty. And so I happened to just zoom in close enough to really catch their detail. I love the picture in terms of the color and the detail, and I thought that made a nice quote. That was me quoting myself. This is a photo quote. You might have seen this as I was promoting this session, promoting today's webinar. You might have seen this. This is a picture that I took. I have a dish of shells, and I just took a little seashell out, and I put it in a dish from my kitchen cupboard with some sand, covered the shell up a little bit, took it out in the backyard in natural lighting, and took a close-up picture of it. And then I went ahead and put a verse on top of it, focusing on the keyword precious. So this is an example of a photo quote. Love this example. This is a picture that I took while my husband and I were driving cross-country this summer. We took a road trip, had a great time, drove from Texas to California to Arizona, then to New Mexico. And this was a picture of a flower bed outside of one of these cute little quaint shops near a truck stop. And I just thought, oh my gosh, love the sunlight, love the coloring, I'm going to take this picture. And then when I got time later to take a look at it, I thought, wow, that turned out really pretty stunning. And then I gave myself permission to use it as a photo quote and put a quote on it. Give yourself permission is a big word of mine to stop and enjoy whatever suits your fancy. So great example of another photo quote. This one is one of my favorites because I didn't take this picture, my daughter did, and she gave me permission to use it. And she actually took this picture with her underwater camera that she bought for our trip, our vacation last summer. We went to Maui, and we went snorkeling and swimming with the turtles. And she got this picture, and she got this guy in the background, and at first she wasn't real excited about the fact that this guy showed up in her picture. But I looked at the picture, and I thought, oh no, this is brilliant, and I'm going to use it. So I went ahead and put a quote on it and created a photo quote for it. Love, love, love that. But these are just some great examples of photo quotes. And I want to just ask you, did you know that Facebook photo posts get more interaction than anything else? And a photo post can include any kind of photo. So it can be a graphic, a picture, it can be a line drawing, a chart, an infographic, it could be a table, a pie chart, a bar chart. It can also be a photo quote. That's why photo quotes are so popular in social media. Photo quotes are included in the definition of photo posts, as we're talking about here, but photo quotes get 39% more interaction, 53% more likes, 104% more comments, wow, and 84% more click-throughs, which is pretty impressive. So if you're using photo quotes to reach an audience in your social media platforms, then you want to know these numbers. You want to pay attention to these statistics, which show you that photo quotes can work to your advantage. And I think that's really exciting. I don't know if you knew that. Did anybody know that? Did you all know this before today? Had seen some similar statistics. Okay, good. So you're familiar then with the value of pictures and engagement with social networking. Awesome. Here's another comment. No, didn't realize the impact of pictures. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. Here's another comment. Good to see. Inspires me to use pictures more. Absolutely, right? Now that we understand how Facebook interaction happens with pictures, we can factor in photo quotes into our strategy, whether it's our business strategy, our marketing strategy, or just our personal strategy, right? Which I'll talk about here shortly. So imagine if you could create your own personalized photo quotes to fit your personal situation and brand. And by brand, what I mean is creating a series of photo quotes that are uniquely you, that have your signature, that people who know you will recognize are yours immediately because they look and feel like other deliverables that you put out, right? So your brand might include the kind of pictures that you're using, might include the font type that you're using and colors that you're using, might also include your particular message. This is all brand. If you, tend to like humor and funny things, then that might be part of your brand. If you're a little more sensitive and emotional, then you might have things that are more emotional. That might be part of your brand. If you like things that are a little more elegant, that might be part of your brand. And so you can actually create photo quotes to represent your brand in addition to your personal situation. By personal situation, what I mean is the reason for posting, right? The reason for creating the photo quote and putting it out there in the first place. So imagine if you could create your own personalized photo quote to fit your situation and brand. Maybe you just want to quote your favorite author. Maybe you just want to quote yourself. If you're an author or a speaker or a coach or an entrepreneur, you've probably said something brilliant. At some point, we all do. We all say something brilliant at least once a day. Maybe you want to quote yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're promoting your products and services. Maybe you want to promote an upcoming event. And a photo quote doesn't have to have a famous quote on it. It could just have a statement or an invitation to an event, right? Maybe you want to just get the word out about an event. Maybe you want to promote a cause. Maybe you work for a nonprofit and you want to get the word out about a nonprofit organization or a cause, or maybe you're working on a social awareness campaign, anything like that. Photo quotes can really help with that. Maybe you want to promote a business. I do that a lot with my business. I have a coaching business. My husband and I both have a couple of coaching businesses, actually, and we use photo quotes to help draw traffic to our website. Or I used photo quotes to promote this session today. So if you are here, it's probably because you saw one of those ads. I call it an ad, but it was really a photo quote. And it caught your attention. And it caught your attention enough to get you to opt in and register for today's event. So yay me. That worked out really well. Maybe you want to promote a holiday. Maybe your business or your cause is wrapped around an event tied to a holiday and you want to promote that. Maybe you just want to send your well wishes for a holiday. Maybe it's Easter or Mother's Day or Thanksgiving or, something of that nature, and you want to just join in the festivities and send out a couple of photo quotes. Maybe you just want to promote gratitude and positivity. Oh my gosh, the word positivity makes me think of my friend Laura West, who is the positivity queen, and she's constantly just sending out and posting words of encouragement, words of inspiration, words to inspire creativity, or maybe you just find yourself really looking to promote gratitude because you're really interested in maintaining an attitude of gratitude, and that's something near and dear to your heart. Then you can go ahead and post things that you're grateful for, and that's another great way of spreading inspirational and creative wealth, if you will. And wouldn't that be just oh so very fun if you could create your own special, uniquely you, branded, personalized photo quotes for all of those great reasons. So let's talk about photo quotes and where to get pictures, because pictures are one big piece of photo quotes, right? And there are a number of places we can get pictures, and I'm going to go through a couple of those with you here. One place you can get pictures is Microsoft Clipart. And so if you have the Microsoft Office suite and you have access to Microsoft Clipart, then you can use Clipart in order to create photo quotes. Another place you can get pictures is public domain images. And public domain images are the collection or catalog of public domain images is quite vast, very broad. Any government websites, usually pictures on government websites are considered public domain. They're free to use as you like. And also public domain pictures are pictures that are out of copyright. So anything that's no longer copyright, anything that's old or vintage, original vintage collection of pictures you can use. So that's a great resource. Also, if you go online, you can just Google free stock photos, and a list of websites will come up. So give that a shot if you're looking for pictures. Just type in the Google search bar, free stock photos. This is a list of some that came up when I did this recently. I just did a little Google search, and this came up. And so you can actually go in and create an account and set yourself up to use these images. And most companies that offer images have specific licensing agreements, and you want to make sure to read the licensing agreements and follow them carefully. And so in a lot of cases, Microsoft will do this. Their clip art is set up this way, and some of the free stock photo portals are set up this way too, where you can have access to their photos and you can use them for free, but you can't use them to resell or to put in a package that you're going to sell. So you can use them for free, and you can use them to advertise your business, or you can use them for personal use, but you can't use the photos, you can't resell them to someone else, you can't collect money on them, and you can't put them, embed them into a package that you're going to collect money on. And so I want to say that you want to pay close attention to the licensing agreement. And finally, I would say assume that every image you find online is copyrighted. So I would suggest that we not get in the habit of searching for images and then copying, pasting, and just using images to our heart's content online. Assume everyone is copyrighted. And what that means is that if you're signing up for a subscription with someone that has usage and rights and licenses, and you're abiding by the licenses, then you're free to use the images as per the agreement. But if you're not signed up and using licensing agreements, and you're randomly selecting images from anywhere on the internet, you're at risk. You're at risk of a subsequent lawsuit or legal issues. So be careful about that. And I just want to really make sure we're all clear about this, and I say that because my last suggestion for where to get pictures is to take your own. And I'm a big fan of taking your own, and I'm going to share with you some tips on how to do that here in just a second. But take your own, because then you have the rights and the licenses to do anything you want to with those images. So feel free to take your own. And let me just share with you how easy it is to take your own. For photo quotes, almost any camera will do, because photo quotes are lower resolution. Usually you're creating a photo quote to upload to a Facebook page or another social media site, and because it's going on a web page, the resolution doesn't have to be real high quality. And so any camera will do. I suggest you use the highest resolution on your camera that you can, but it just goes to show that even your cell phone camera can work for photo quotes. So no need to make a significant investment in equipment here in order to create photo quotes. And take a gazillion pictures. Doing photo quotes really is about capturing different angles, different views, different perspectives. Take a gazillion pictures, and take pictures of everything. So have your camera with you at all times. Get in the habit of carrying it with you, and take pictures of everything. I have a really good friend, Ellen Britt, who's a really well-known entrepreneur and business coach. She takes her camera, and every time she goes to the grocery store, she likes to take pictures of the fresh produce, the vegetables, and the fruit that are out, and also the flowers in the floral department. And she'll just walk right over to the floral department, and she'll just start taking pictures of the flowers. And nobody's ever harassed her or bothered her. And then she comes back and has come up with some really impressive photo quotes. So take pictures of everything. Take pictures of things you wouldn't even imagine could make a photo quote, and then you'll see shortly how they work. It's really a great practice. And then also I would say probably the biggest tip that I can offer in taking your own pictures is to use the rule of thirds. So has anybody heard of the rule of thirds? Type in your little chat box, if you will, if you've heard the rule of thirds before. It's a really great tip. A lot of photographers use it, and I just want to share it with you because it's really easy. So the rule of thirds means that as you're looking through your lens and you're framing your picture, that you're thinking about the picture in three spaces. And those spaces can either be diagonally or vertically. So the lines can either go across or across sideways or up and down long ways. And the idea is that if you take your picture and you think of the rule of thirds and you adjust your frame so that the picture itself fills one or two of those thirds, then you're going to leave room for your quote. Now, most people tend to go right up to a picture, fill the frame, which is great. You want to fill the frame. And they like to put their image dead center, smack in the middle of their picture. Does that sound familiar? Sound like anybody? Oh, there's a great comment. Yep, I do that all the time. Yeah, well, I think that's natural. Most of us do. So thank you for sharing that. But if we, and if you're in the habit of doing that, great. Take your shot, get that thing right in the middle, your subject right in the middle of the frame, and then reframe, readjust. Put that image over to the left or to the right or to the top or to the bottom and take a second picture and fit it in one of the thirds. And I'll share with you that this is a great example. If I put the image in one of my thirds, it gives me room for my quote. And it gives me room for my quote so that it stands out and is really easy to read. See how that works right there? I've got the image off to the left, and I've made room for my quote in my picture. And another example, in this one here, I've got the image in that middle third. And actually, the flowers are dead center, but I've made room in the top third and the bottom third, if you're looking at the lines horizontally, for my quote, for my text. And so it makes it really easy to see. You can see that the hand holding the flowers is dead center. That works because that's in a third in the grid, but it gives me room at the top and the bottom to put my quote. Does that make sense? Little helpful tip. Here's a comment. Wow, had no idea, never thought of this before. Yeah, most of us don't think about that before, so thanks for that comment. But it's really true. It's just a great tip. It's a great technique. Again, photographers use this left and right, especially photographers who are taking pictures for magazine ads. If you ever flip through a magazine, the next time you flip through a magazine now, you'll naturally be looking for this. A lot of magazine pictures are selected because there's room either on the top of the picture or the bottom or one of the sides for text. That's your copy, right? That's your advertisement usually that the company who's featured in the magazine wants to make sure to communicate and articulate to people. And so people who take photographs for magazines tend to use the rules of thirds all day long, all the time. And we can do that for photo quotes. It works really, really well. So the other thing I want to suggest is to use pictures of everyday, ordinary items. Photo quotes do not have to be of pictures of great, grand things. Let me just share with you some examples. This is a photo quote I created, just last night. I actually did this. And I love the feathers. I just love the feathers. I love peacock feathers. I love the colors of the plumage. This is actually a picture of my cowboy hat. I know, right? I live in Texas, and us Texas gals, we all have our hats. And I have a big straw hat, and this is a very well-decorated hat. It's got a lot of plumage on it. And I just took a close-up picture of my feathers, and then I just zoomed in really close and kind of cropped some of it out. And then I went ahead and created this quote, "Dare let your true colors shine." So who would have thought my little cowboy hat in my bedroom was going to make a photo quote? Who knew? Here's a picture that I took. It's actually a silk flower. It's not even a real flower. I took it last night. It's in a vase in my master bedroom. And I had all the lights on in the bedroom, and so the photograph got a little bit over processed, you can see, and it's a little saturated, a little exaggerated, but I liked it. When I saw it, when I took a look at it, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And I zoomed in really close to the picture. The picture by itself isn't overly impressive, but when I put a quote on it, it becomes pretty impressive, I think. Bloom right where you're planted. I mean, we've all heard that quote before, but how awesome that I could put it on this picture, and it just adds a lot of wow and interest to the picture. And again, that was just right in my master bedroom. Now, this is a picture of books on my own bookshelf, on one of my bookshelves in my living room. And I took this picture last night, and it's got a lot of bright color in it because of the collection of books that are there. And by itself, the picture is not real impressive. But when I put a quote on it and add a little color to to it, then it becomes pretty eye-catching, don't you think? Yeah. Thank you for that comment. Wow, I had never thought of household items for photo quotes. Exactly! That's the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to make big trips out to far exotic places in order to create some very compelling, very interesting photo quotes. You have so many things to take pictures of that tell a story and help make your point right in your own backyard or right in your own living room in many cases. Do you get where I'm going with this? So take your own pictures, definitely. And now let me show you how we do this. And as I mentioned, this is creating photo quotes using PowerPoint. And so I'm going to just do that, in fact, right here for us. I'm going to show you live how we do this. So I have a page sort of set up. I went ahead and put some grids on it so you can see how my image is fitting the rules of thirds. And so this is a picture I took while my husband and I were in New Mexico. I took some pictures of some wildflowers in a field. And all I'm going to do is drag my picture to fit my slide. Okay? And if I want to, I could even fill the whole slide. But my grid doesn't fill the whole slide, so I'm going to show you, for the purpose of the grid, how this works. I'm just going to drag my picture and fit it there. And you can see where my picture fits in the rule of thirds, in that it's over here in this kind of right quadrant, leaving me space over here to type something in, right? Now, I'm a big fan of these boxes, and I'm going to just bring that up to the front. Bring to the front, okay. Move this down here. And gosh, how did I get that box? Well, let me show you. I'm going to insert a shape, and I like rounded corners. And here's my rounded corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that shape some transparency, and I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to format the shape. And I'm going to go to this little box right here. Here's my color and here's my transparency. I have experimented and I like 46% transparency. So for me, 46% transparency works really well most of the time. You can experiment it and set that however you want. And what that does is let some of the pictures show through. So you can see it's a blue box and some of the pictures showing through. And so then I can change the color if I want to. And I'm going to change the color of my box right here with this shape fill window. And I'm going to give it maybe that turquoise color, gives it one pop. I like that. See how that's working? And then I went ahead and I have a word that I'm going to use. And I am probably the biggest offender. Most of your professional graphic design artists will shoot me dead on the spot. So if you're a professional graphic design artist, my sincere apologies to you. I know you're not a fan of the Papyrus font, but I am. And there's no rules that says I can't use it in photo quotes, and so I am. But this is the font I'm using, and so you can change your font to anything that you like. I happen to like this font. I'm going to make it really big, so I'm going to make it 54 point. And I'm going to set it up here so it comes on top of my box right here. And I think I'm going to remove my outline on my box. There we go. And then I created this quote, and I'm going to bring that up to the front. And I like Gabriola as a text font, as a script, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to fill this in here, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that people can see it. I like that. And then I'm going to move my little box around a little bit, and I think I'm going to extend it because my word prophecy is kind of coming off the end. Look at that. See how that looks? That's kind of cool. I like it. And it fits. There's my flower, and it's not getting in the way of my flower. And voila. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove these. Oops, I'm going to remove the wrong thing. I'm going to remove my grid so you can see how that looks. That's awesome. Am I spelling fulfilling wrong? Nope, looks like it's spelled right. I think. Interesting. Here's where you get to see I'm not a very good speller. I'm going to put that on that line. There we go. Okay, so that seems to work well. That's pretty. But the other thing I'm going to do to add more interest is I'm going to make my big word that's standing out a different color. And maybe I'm going to do this blue. See how that blue is a little different from this black? And I might even make this a different color, maybe white. There, that's pretty. That's a lot of unique interest. Really awesome. Now what I'm going to do to make this a photo quote, though, is, in fact, I'm going to just stretch this, because I can, to fit my slide. Awesome. And now I've stretched it, I'm going to move this up a little bit to fill in the space. That looks great. And now what I'm going to do, the reason why PowerPoint, the reason why Microsoft PowerPoint is so cool is because it will let me save this as a JPEG, which is exactly what photo quotes are. Aren't you just dying to learn how? I'm going to come right up here to my Save As button. And normally I save it as a PowerPoint presentation or a PDF. I'm going to save it as other formats. I know, who knew? Other formats. And then it's going to open up a window, and I'm going to just find a folder to put this in real quick. I'm going to put it up top here. And I'm going to click on this button down here. So right now it wants to save it automatically as a PowerPoint presentation. But I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to look for JPEG. And here it is, JPEG file interchange format. That's what I'm going to save it as. Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all of those places, all of those social media forums like JPEGs. And that's all a picture is. When I take a picture in my camera, and then I download it to my computer, either with my USB cord or my SanDisk, it is going to save it as a JPEG. So I'm just using the same file format that my camera uses, the same file format that Facebook uses, and I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to call it Photo Quotes for Fun 1. And I'm going to hit save. And I'm only going to save the current slide, because I don't want to save every slide in my presentation here, but I'm just going to hit current slide. And it has saved it. And we're going to go back and look at it in just a minute here. But I'm going to show you another example, because I think this is so much fun, and I think it's good if you don't use PowerPoint to see this a couple times. So if you, you might have seen this one, I think it was actually a picture that I used in my advertisement for today's session, and I'm just going to expand this out. I'm just dragging it, really, expanding this out so it fits in my grid. And I just have my grid lines there so you can see how that works. And then I went ahead and created a box. So let me do this again for those of you who haven't done this before. I'm going to insert a shape, and I like the rounded edges, but you can use any size shape. And I'm just going to set it here. And then I like to have it transparent, so I'm going to actually right-click on the shape. So I'm going to click on the shape, and then I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to format the shape, and that's where my transparency is here. And like I said, 46% is a really good amount. I happen to really like that. It works for me. And I think I'm going to come down here maybe, because I've got all of this space. My little bird is off to the side, and I've got all this space to use. And then I went ahead and thought in advance of a word to use. And I'm going to make this one really big there. And I like the Papa Respond. Again, I know all of you professional graphic design artists just hate that. I'm going to make it a different color. I wonder if I made it, oh, that's kind of interesting. What if I made it a light blue? A color that maybe complements my colors in my picture. And then this one I created, I'm going to bring out to the front. It's behind, I'm bringing it to the front because I created the rectangle shape last, which automatically puts it on front. And I want my text to be in front of it, so I'm bringing it to the front so it's more clear. And then I'm going to expand this and make it bigger. And I'm just going to fit that inside. Ooh, look at that. And then I think I'm going to give that a different font color. A color that's going to show up really well. Maybe I'll do that. And maybe I'm going to take my outline off here. And let's see if I play around with this. These are, oh, look at that, dark red. That kind of stands out, doesn't it? Here I am just playing. See how fun this is. I could sit here with a cup of coffee on a Saturday morning and play around all day long, I tell you. I like the green, but I think I'm going to go back and maybe make this font a different color. Oops. There we go. Maybe the black works. And I'm going to bring this in a little bit because it's kind of wide. See what I did there? Pretty simple. Now I'm going to remove my grid. And then I'm just going to expand this picture out, which I can do because I want it to fit the whole slide. And then I think I'm going to maybe move this down a little bit and over. What do you think? That looks kind of nice. Or I could move it up, in fact. So I think on the one I created, I had it down, but I like the use of that white space down there. But that's not bad either. So I'm going to leave it here for a minute. And again, I'm going to save this as a JPEG. So I'm going to go to my Save As button. I'm going to save it as other formats. And then I'm going to put it in a folder where I can find it quickly. And I'm going to click this button down here first because it automatically wants to default to a PowerPoint file, but I'm not saving it as a PowerPoint, I'm saving it as a JPEG. And here's where the JPEG is, right? So I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and here's my other one. So I'm just going to label this one number 2. Save. And I don't want to do every slide because, again, I don't want to make a picture of every slide in my presentation. I'm only going to do the current slide, and it's going to save it just as you see it there. Pretty awesome, right? All right, let's do one more. Now, this is a great picture of a little kitty. I took this picture of a friend's kitty who was hiding from me. She was afraid of me, and I thought, what a sweet face. I'm just going to drag this out here. Now, here's a great example of a picture that's right in the middle. It looks like I don't really have a lot of space around here to use this, right? So I'm going to make space, and I'm going to actually move her over a little bit, and then I'm going to expand this picture. I'm going to go off my grid. I'm going to move her over a little bit so that I can have room. Some of her is going to get cut off, and that's okay. And then I think I'm going to take my box. I'm going to put my box here because that's where my space is. Here's my text again. I'm going to make that big because I want that to stand out. I'm going to put extra space in that. And I like to have my text a little bit over my colored box. And you don't have to have a colored box. It just adds a little pop. And your box can be any color you want it to be. And it can be any shape you want it to be. It can be round, it can be hard squared, it can be anything you want. I'm going to fill this up a little bit. That might be a little too big. Make that a little smaller. And I'm going to drag it out to fit. There we go, on line. And then I'm going to make my little blue box fit a little bit better. I'm going to move this up. See, I'm just moving stuff around and I'm just playing with things. I'm going to make that a different color, add a little pop. I really like that purple. What else do we have? Green. Red's kind of cool. Makes it stand out. See what I did there? Now, if I remove my grid, awesome, I think that's going to turn out really good. And I'm going to test it real quick by putting it in presentation mode here. So bear with me for a second. Put this in slideshow. Oh, look at how pretty that will look. Not bad. Let's see if I move her up a little bit. Well, we'll just go with that. Frame it, that's about what it will look like. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. So now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go back to my Save As. I'm going to save it as other formats. I'm going to go to my folder where I can put it and find it pretty easily. And I'm going to remember to save it as a JPEG. I don't want to save it as a PowerPoint, I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And I'm going to put it right here. And then rename it number 3. All right, save. Current slide only because I don't want to save everything. Now I'll share with you that some mornings, if I have some free time and I just took a bunch of pictures and only made some more photo quotes, I'll sit down and create 10 or 20 photo quotes in one PowerPoint deck, right? All different slides, and then I'll save every slide. And PowerPoint will automatically generate one image for each slide. So if I've created 20 slides, right here you see I've created 3. If I create 20 slides, I can hit this Create Every Slide button, and it will create every 20 images for me all at once. I don't have to do it separately. Isn't that cool? I know, very cool. But I'm just going to do current slide. Now, let me just show you a trick. I'm going to open a folder, and we're going to go look at those pictures and see how they look. Oops. Actually, that didn't work. I can't, let me just see, I'll share that with you here shortly. But if you go to your folder, you'll see your pictures saved there. And you can open those pictures right up, and the pictures, just the way they are, you can use. You can save and use. You can also resize them. I suggest in your picture photo editor, so I use Microsoft Picture Manager. If you have a picture photo editor, great. If not, no big deal. You don't have to have one. If you don't have one, it's saved as a picture anyway, which is in a perfectly fine format to upload. And so you can go ahead and upload your picture, and then it will just work just like that for you. In fact, let me do something real quick here. I'm going to share my entire computer here. All right, this will help. So you should be able to see now my entire screen, and I'm going to share with you how this works. So if you can't see this right now, if you don't see this library image, type in the chat box and let me know if you can't see it. You should be able to see it. I'm sharing my whole screen. So I'm going to share with you where I saved that folder, and I've got a lot of files, and I saved it. Let's move this so I can find it. Here we go. I saved it in personal. Here we go. And I'm going to view this in large icons so I can find my images. And here they are. Look at that. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to open this one up. And there it is. That's the picture I saved. That's the JPEG. It's perfect just as it is. Isn't that awesome? Now I'm using Microsoft Office Picture Manager. You can use it any way you want to. Now I can crop this if I want to, and I might crop it to a 4:6 because that's standard picture size. And you can see I can move it around here and get that right in there. That's awesome. And I'm going to say OK. And then if I want to, I can resize it. And I can resize it down to a size that's really good for websites like Facebook. And a large picture 640 by 480 pixels is perfect. It brings it down a little bit, and then I'm just going to close that, and it will automatically save it. Yep, save. Awesome! Isn't that cool? Here's my other one. I'm going to just open that. Looks really good, just the way it is. I don't have to edit it at all. If I want to crop it and make it a standard 4:6 photo, I can. I'm just going to center it a little bit. And then if I wanted to resize it, I can resize it, predefined width and height. 640 by 480 is perfect size. That's why your resolution of your images doesn't have to be high-res or perfect for photo quotes, because you're going to probably resize it anyway. And then I'm just going to close this button and save it. How easy is that? Here's another one. This one I even stretched the picture out, right? I stretched little kitty out. She went off the side, but look at how perfectly she shows up there. Isn't that awesome? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I can resize her to fit if I wanted it to be a 4:6. Here we go. Picture. Crop. There we go. 4:6. I'm going to make sure she fits in there nicely. Love that. Look at those eyes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to resize her. I'm going to resize her to large web, 640 by 480. Look at that. Awesome. See how easy that is? So when I go back to Facebook, what's so great, or when I go back to PowerPoint, what's so great is that it automatically saves the images in the file format that I need. Don't you just love that? Did you know it was that easy? How cool is that? Easier than you thought, I'm hoping, right? Awesome. So as promised, I mentioned earlier that I had a sponsor for today's show, and I don't want you to jump off yet because we have a prize we're going to give away. So I mentioned that we have a word from today's sponsor, and so with your permission, if you're okay with that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you this offer because it's really cool. It's called Photo Quote Genie, and it's a tool that helps you make your own photo quotes, which is really awesome. And so it comes with three PDF downloads. One of them is photography tips for making photo quotes, and it gives you a lot more tips in using your camera for photo quotes than I was able to give you in our short time today. It also gives you some suggested do's and don'ts for making photo quotes, and suggested do's and don'ts talk about a little more about licensing rules and how to use your photo quotes. And then I have a worksheet, a PDF for you on getting the most mileage out of your photo quotes. So once you've created a photo quote, other than just posting on Facebook, what else can you do with it? Well, you can do a lot, let me tell you. And this little worksheet gives you, I think, over 20 different suggestions for different places, different ways you can use your photo quotes. I'm a big fan of repurposing content. I'm a big fan of getting the most mileage out of all of my activities. So if I create photo quotes, I'm going to upload them to all my social media sites, right? Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, wherever I am. And then I'm going to use them elsewhere. I'm going to put them on my website, on my blog posts. I'm going to put them on my postcards, on my flyers, on my invitations, anything I have that is helping my business or my cause or my event or just my spirit, right? I'm going to put them on greeting cards and note cards. The list just goes on and on and on. So 3 PDF worksheets. Awesome. And also, I'm offering you a collection of 97 original photographs. 97. So here are some examples. There's a collection of animals, a collection of florals, a collection of scenery, and a collection of miscellaneous. And these are actual pictures in that collection, 97 total. These are pictures I've taken. And so I can do with what I want. I own the rights to them. And in this Photo Genie package, they're pictures that I'm giving you the rights to use, not to sell. So you can't take these images and resell them, and you cannot take these images and put them in a package that you're going to sell, but you can use these for free anytime you want to, anywhere you want to. These are really good images. Again, I'm a shadow by heart, and I love to take pictures. So if you don't already have a lot of pictures of your own and you want to start making photo quotes right away, you can. I'm going to give you almost 100 to choose from. And you're going to get a copy of this webinar so you can watch the replay. I'm going to finish this replay and get it uploaded this evening, hopefully this evening, so it'll be available pretty quickly. And then you can watch this replay and go through it again and again at your heart's desire. How does that sound? What do you guys think? Is that a good offer? Oh, and this is my reminder. We're giving away a prize. And what is the prize? The prize is this collection. So because you tuned in today, because you tuned in live, lucky you, I'm going to give one of you, will be a lucky winner, one of you will get a chance to win this Photo Genie collection. So that's almost 100 pictures to use as you'd like, in addition to the 3 PDFs to help you, and a replay of this webinar. Is that cool? That's kind of a cool gift, don't you think? Let me know what you guys think. Type it in your chat box and let me know, is this a cool gift? Is this something that is really cool? Because I think so. Let me see here. Where am I? Here we go. Awesome. Yes, thank you. Great gift. Another comment. Glad I joined the live event. Absolutely. See how cool that is? So how do we play? Here's how we play. I'm going to think of a number from 1 to 100. I'm going to think of a number from 1 to 100. And the first person who comes closest to that number will win the prize. First person who comes closest to that number will win the prize. So go ahead and start typing in your chat box now your number. And I wish I had some game show music to play in the background. Start typing your numbers if you want to win. Start typing in your numbers. Here we go. I see them coming in. Oh my gosh. This is super fun, super exciting. again, I feel like, where's who's the Alex Trebek game host? Vanna White, right? I need one of those theme songs in the background playing. You do not want to miss this opportunity, a free package. Oh my gosh, awesome, I know. Again, almost 100 pictures, the 3 PDFs, suggested do's and don'ts for making photo quotes, getting the most mileage out of your photo quotes, and photography tips for making photo quotes. The numbers are coming in. Awesome. And a replay of this audio, this webinar, absolutely. All right, looks like everybody's got their numbers in. Last call. Anybody want to enter their last number? Last call. Okay, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And at the end, that's going to be it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buzzer just went off. That was the whistle just blew. Well, I will just share with everyone that my number was 52. Oh my gosh. And the lucky winner is Terry Bork. Congratulations, Terry. Awesome. Are you excited? Oh, I know. No way. Yes. Awesome. Congratulations, Terry. This is so great. So Terry, this is so excellent, and you've already registered for my webinar, and so I have your email address on file, and I'm going to send you an email this afternoon. Once I get this replay finalized and up and running, I'm going to send you an email with a link so that you can go and access all these goodies. Isn't that cool? Now, for the rest of you who still want to take advantage of this amazing Photogenie package, I have a special for you. That was our prize time. I have a special for you. And I'm actually making this available for only $27. I know, crazy, right? Most people would guess that this package would cost like $100. And I know that. I know the photographs are very expensive and worth a lot of money these days. Yes. Oh, Terry, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me today. It's my pleasure to give this to you. Glad you won. And for those of you, I know, $27, right? I will share with you that I'm writing a book on another project. I'm writing a book, and I wanted to make a book cover for this book, and I didn't really have any pictures of my own that I thought would work for this cover, so I went online, and I found 2 pictures that I really liked, and I wanted a really unique cover. I paid $25 for the 2 pictures together. So 15, 25, so $12.50, is that right? $12.50 each for a picture. Wow. And here you're getting 97 pictures, almost 100 pictures for $27 plus a replay of this webinar plus 3 downloadable PDFs with some tips and suggestions to help you with your effort. Is that a fair price? No, it's not fair. Thank you for that comment. No, it's not fair. Way undervalued. I may have to rethink this price then for the next webinar. But today it's $27. So I know, way undervalued. Why am I doing this today? Oh my gosh. Amazing. Now some of you might say, well, why not just pay someone to do this for me? And you can. Absolutely you can. I know that there are some places that you go to and buy a bunch of your own photo quotes, and you can have them already generated. But they're not uniquely you when we do it that way. And if you're looking for a way to create your own uniquely you photo quotes where you're representing your brand, where you're really representing your personal style and your personal agenda, right? Your motive for posting photo quotes, then I would say you want to create your own anyway. And we've used other outsourced companies to create photo quotes in the past, but I found that it's easier for me to just create my own. Because if I'm using someone else, I still have to spend the time and energy to think through the strategy of my photo quotes. And I have to decide which pictures I want to go with which quote. And then I usually have to create a template that I want them to follow because my brand is so important. And if I'm going to go through all that, then I might as well just go ahead and create it myself. Because sending all of that work in advance to someone to create it for me doesn't save me a whole lot of time and money. Again, if I'm really looking to create my own And I want to preserve my brand and preserve my image and preserve my style and my messaging. I'll do it myself all day long. I'm happy to do that. And creating photo quotes is easy. I just shared that with you. I can sit down on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon with a cup of coffee, have about 30 new pictures that I took over the last week, because I'm taking a zillion of them every week. And using PowerPoint, I create 30 photo quotes in about an hour. That's no big deal. And it's fun! I think this is so much fun, don't you? Oh my gosh. So anyway, please take your time if you're interested. $27. Here's the URL to go visit. Go take a look at that page. That's actually the shopping cart. So we'll take you to a shopping cart so you can just go ahead and make your purchase, your credit card number in, and you'll automatically be redirected to a download page that has all those files on it that I just mentioned except this webinar. And this webinar, I just need to process and get it uploaded. But you earmark that page and come back later tonight. And then you can play it again, watch it again. So I hope you found this helpful. Was this good stuff? Was this good stuff? Did you learn something new? Was this time well spent? Yes, absolutely. Oh, good. Thank you for that feedback. Absolutely. Time well spent. Learned more than I thought. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for playing with me today. It's always fun to have someone to play with. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Cheers.